If you grew up in the 1970s, your childhood was likely very different from today's kids. Back then, there were no helicopter parents, playdates, or participation trophies. We grew up with less supervision and more self-reliance. While our parents faced gas lines, political turmoil, and economic crises, we were riding bikes. We often ventured miles away from home, roaming streets until dark. Our homes were filled with lead paint and secondhand smoke. During our childhood, we made questionable choices and took risks. Join me in revisiting the days when Tonka trucks were metal and Lego needed imagination. Let's take an authentic look back at what growing up in the 1970s was like. Kids today are strapped into booster seats until age 10. They are expected to wear helmets before riding tricycles. The generation of parents who raised us were less safety conscious. Most of us came home from the hospital wrapped in a blanket on mom's lap. As soon as we learned to crawl, we climbed over seats, finding comfort wherever we could. Instead of screens, we amused ourselves with radio buttons and window cranks. We learned the hard way that cigarette lighters could be very hot. For families with station wagons, the cargo area felt like a playroom on wheels. Our family's Caprice estate had a power rear window that my mom rolled down. We made faces at cars behind us, inhaling leaded fumes from the exhaust. If your family didn't have a station wagon, you could stretch out on the back window, watching telephone wires rise and fall against the sky as you sailed past. It was the perfect place for a kid to take a nap on long car trips. We learned to value our freedom from a young age. We eagerly awaited the day we could drive, lining up for road tests at 16. Until that day came, we played with any toy that had wheels. Family trips to Kmart often led to new Matchbox or Hot Wheels cars. We raced them across the kitchen floor or through loops on orange tracks. You might have parked your cars in the Fisher-Price parking garage, or rolled them down ramps at the multi-level Hot Wheels service center. There were SSP racers powered by a plastic zipper cord. You'd yank the cord to get the metal flywheel spinning before letting it loose. This was the same method for powering smash-up derby cars from SSP. The Evil Knievel stunt bike had a hand crank built into the launch ramp. The bendy Evil Knievel figure always managed to hang on upright. We had electric train sets, slot car tracks, and Tonka trucks for the sandbox. The girls weren't left out. Barbie had a Corvette, RV, and dune buggy. Better than the toy cars were the ones you could actually ride. Thanks to Evil Knievel, every boy's life plan involved getting a bike, preferably a Schwinn Stingray, especially the top-of-the-line model. Then, we learned to ride without training wheels. Finally, we aimed to jump our bikes over garbage cans or other kids. Even Evil Knievel had to start somewhere, and so did we. You might remember rolling in circles between the wheels of a crazy car, or steering into impressive spinouts on a green machine. There were pedal tractors, pedal cars, and homemade go-karts. For many of us, our first taste of freedom was the original Marx Big Wheel. Our big wheels ran on pedal power fueled by imagination. Thanks to cop shows, our imaginations had plenty of scenarios to work with. If you were big wheeling with a buddy, you chose who would be Ponch or John. The Marx Big Wheel reigned as the king of sidewalks from the early 70s to the mid-80s. While a version of the big wheel is still available, it's not the same. Many families moved from cities to new suburbs sprouting outside metro areas. We lived on the edge of large tracts of undeveloped land. These spaces would eventually become new subdivisions or roads. But until then, we just called these areas the woods. Your woods might hide old rail lines, quarries, or abandoned houses. Some areas had been untouched for decades, full of discoveries. You could hunt ponds for turtles and tadpoles, finding old junk. Thanks to new construction, there was a constant supply of scrap wood. We used this wood to build hideouts and tree forts. These shacks housed small stashes of beer cans and magazines. You could explore the woods all day, getting into potential trouble. As long as we got home by dark, parents were unconcerned. All your first friendships started with neighborhood kids. These kids weren't always the same as your school friends. Neighborhood friends were just a doorbell away. Does anyone remember what to do when a moving van arrived? You'd walk over, ring the doorbell, and ask if there were kids inside. Neighborhoods felt more neighborly back then. As a neighborhood kid, you were welcome to play wherever you wanted. We were taught to be responsible for our actions. If you got hurt on someone else's property, parents didn't sue. They simply patched you up and reminded you to be careful next time. In a time before social media, people got along better with each other. Neighbors actually knew each other and formed real connections. I remember one summer when a neighbor got a permit for a block party. Families brought out picnic tables, folding chairs and grills into the street. While adults socialized, kids took advantage of the closed street. We rode our bikes, big wheels, or roller skates down the middle. Great music often filled the air, expressing what words could not. In the 70s, we had some of the best music of all time. To feel what it was like to be young in the 70s, keep watching. If this brings back good memories, let me know in the comments. Well, I know you know better than I say. Meet me in the country for a day. We'll be happy and dance. We're gonna dance the blues away, feeling good together. But if I'm feeling good to you and you're feeling good to me, there ain't nothing we can't do or say. Feeling fine. Oh, baby, let the music play and listen to the music. Hold me tight like a lazy falling river surrounding castles in the sky. The cloud is growing bigger. We'll dance and chase the blues away. If I'm feeling good to you and you're feeling good to me, there ain't nothing we can't do or say. Feeling blues, feeling fine. Oh, baby, let the music play and listen to the music. If you enjoyed this video, I bet you'll like the next one. Just click to watch.